Good morning, West Coast. Good afternoon, East Coast. Hello to everybody in between and outside. It's Ian the Off Kilter Crafter, and I forgot to do the spooky lights. How could I forget to do that again? I don't know. I got too much on the brain. That's what's happening. There we go. There's our spooky lights in the background. And there's Di's mini quilt that she sent me. I love it. I'm sad that it's almost time to put it away again. Boo. How's everybody doing? It's Sunday. Hope you're all having a great day. Catherine is here. Roseanne. MS Quilter is here. Says hello, everybody. Hello. Zaza is here. Welcome, Zaza. Raven's here. Jonathan's here. Margaret. Michelle. Michael. One of you. I always do that, sorry. Judy is here, and Shelby's here. Linda is hanging out. She says there's a hot game of Uno happening in the other room with the grandkids, so she is hanging out with us until they decide they're done with Uno. Savannah's here. I love me a good Uno game. So Fun is Creations. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. Judy. Let's see. Who else? Miss Brown is here. Jackie's here. Good to see all of you. Bobby's here. She says, I'm here. Yes, you are. You are there. Charlotte is here and says, hey there. We got a full room today. We got a lot of people. 96 people already here today. Hope everybody's doing well. It is Sunday yet again. We are getting closer and closer to Halloween, which makes me sad because I enjoy spooky season a lot. And we are getting ready to finish out the Halloween projects, although I may keep it over until November. We'll see. I still have, you can't see the shelf there, but I have a couple more Halloween projects that I can work on. I don't know. We'll see how I feel and what's next up on the calendar and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing well today. So good to see all of you. And thank you if you are a channel member. Thank you so much for being a channel member and helping to support my channel. If you're not a channel member, that is okay. Times are tough. I get it. So I appreciate y'all being here, liking, sharing, and helping to support my channel in other ways. That is perfectly fine. A quick reminder, Halloween is your birthday, Patty. Well, happy early birthday to you. I'll have to tell you that again next week. Let's see. Don't forget the members Zoom is happening the second weekend in November. It's listed over on my website, offkiltercrafterian.com. Head over there and check it out. If you are a channel member, don't forget that you do get access to those Zooms where we'll all just kind of hang out and spend the day together. It's from noon until 6 p.m. Eastern, so keep that on the calendar if you are going to join, if you want to join. Let's see. Jonathan says, tell me you'll be making an appearance on Becca's Halloween Live. I don't know, actually. I don't know what I'm doing. I would love to go to a Halloween party or a Halloween event. But so far I don't have anything to go to yet. So I don't know. We'll see. Might show up, might not. Who knows? Who knows with me? Let's see. Let's see. Savannah says, my gremlins, hubby, and I ran a charity race today, so I'm more than happy to chill with a foot massager and some cozy sewing today. Well, Savannah, I am glad you're here. Glad that you did that charity race. That's pretty awesome. Very good of you, and I'm glad that you can now just hang out. Patty says she's going to be 60 this year, the big 6-0. Woo-woo! Let's give you some party horns. Right there. I forget that I have the button sometimes. You know, love the shirt. Thank you. This is my, I went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party back in 2018 and bought this shirt. I love it. It's one of my favorites. The day this shirt wears out, I'm going to be really sad. Couple of quick things as I keep reading chat, because you know that's what I do. Joan says, hi Ian and everyone in chat, finishing up 2 bindings on 2 bags, and then the straps, and those will be done. Yay, these are sold. Just need to get them done. You get it done, Joan. Get it done. You can do it. You can do it. I have faith in you. A couple of quick announcements. First, quick announcement. Guys, just really quickly, please have patience with content creators. Becca has been working really hard lately. I've seen how hard she's been working with a lot of different things, and I know several people were disappointed that her block instructions weren't up this weekend. She's been dealing with a lot. Her computer has been down. She's been doing a lot at work, and yesterday she went to the Renaissance Festival and had a lot of fun spending time with her family and Jason. Family and including Jason. So it was really nice that they got to spend some time together and enjoy being a family together. So have a little grace. Please give content creators like myself the grace that sometimes, you know, we are dealing with a lot of things all at once, and it's hard to get everything taken care of sometimes, and we need a mental break sometimes. We need to step away and actually live our lives and do all of that. So you know, it's hard to keep everything going, and especially because we're doing a lot of this for free. That pattern that Becca is doing is a free pattern, and we're, you know, doing what we can to get it out on time, but sometimes things just happen. So all I'm asking for is please give us grace. Please give content creators across all social media grace and support, and know that we are trying our hardest to give you everything that we can to have some fun things out there is what I'm trying to say. So it is what it is. We are doing our best. Please give us grace, and we will absolutely promise you we will get the things out there that we're going to get. It just may take a little longer than we want it to. So I appreciate that, Linda. Thank you so much. I could not agree, Donna. Could not agree more. All right, so that out of the way, we're moving on. Exactly, Jaja Brownie. Jaja Brownie says, remember, YouTube is, and this stuff is a hobby. It is a hobby. It is, honestly, it is a hobby that is a second job for me, because I do spend so much time and effort on things. Yesterday, I did film, and this actually leads perfectly into what I'm going to talk about next. Yesterday, I spent all day filming. I filmed a tutorial video on, I didn't bring it in here. Shoot, I forgot. It's out there. I did filmed a tutorial video on how to make zippered candy bags since we are coming up on Halloween. If you are a channel member, you're going to get that video tomorrow. So if you're a channel member, you'll get it a little early. So starting tomorrow, you will have access to that video. And then on Wednesday, access for everybody will be available. So if you are interested in making candy bags, there's a lot of tutorials out there, guys. There's lots of tutorials here on YouTube, and I'm just kind of adding to it. So it is what it is. But if you want to learn how to make a candy bag, zippered candy bag, using some of those candy bags that you may have lying around during the Halloween season, or even Christmas season, because I know there's a lot of candy consumed during Christmas as well. If you are interested in learning how to do that and haven't ever heard of it before, let's face it, who hasn't heard of making candy bags like that? But anyways, I do put out a tutorial. I'm going to be honest, guys, it's been a long time since I put out a tutorial. I've done a lot of live videos, and I'm trying so hard to get back into recorded content, pre-recorded content, because that's how I'm going to help my channel grow. It's just really hard to find that time after work, not on live stream, all that kind of stuff. So it was, yeah, it's a lot. But I have a pre-recorded video coming out this week on how to do that, and I was very rusty at it, and so you're going to get a lot of comic relief from that video. At least I hope you will. So, and please enjoy the video on Wednesday or Monday, depending on when you are able to see it, and I hope you enjoy those. I hope you enjoy making those bags. Let's see. In Stitches with Jackie says, I have seen those a lot yet. Did you mean you have or haven't? I think Jackie may have meant haven't seen a lot of those yet. But yeah, hopefully my tutorial will be fun and you'll get a laugh out of it, because I make mistakes and I kept them in the video. It is what it is. Brian says, Ian, just do what you want. We will watch no matter what. And I appreciate that, Brian. I really do. I really appreciate y'all doing that. But in order, I know that y'all will be here watching it, but in order to see, you got to feed the algorithm. You got to feed the algorithm. And in order to get that done, you have to make videos that people who don't regularly watch your channel will subscribe to your channel for, you know? So it is what it is. Thank you so much, Savannah. I appreciate that. I really do. Somebody sent me a really nice gift, and you do not have to fess up to it in the chat if you do not want to. It is perfectly fine. You can remain anonymous. No worries, no worries. But I did want to call out somebody very kind sent me a wonderful gift. There was no note in the package. There was nothing. It literally came from the distribution place, wherever that may have been. So there was no note, there was nothing inside of the package other than this. Y'all know I've been wanting this book. I have the other one sitting right back. Oh, can I point correctly on screen? I don't know. Woo, there it is. The Little Ghost Who Was a Quilt. That is one of my favorite books, and I love that it sits in the background during Halloween. This is the Christmas version of that book, so it is a holiday version of The Little Ghost. The Little Ghost Quilts Winter's Surprise is the name of this one. Super cute book. I did have the chance to read it, sit down and read it, and I love it. This is going to go into my background during Christmas, so you will see this book again. Whoever sent this to me, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Again, you don't have to fess up here in chat. You don't even have to say anything at all. You don't have to email me, whatever. Just know that I appreciate you so much. I appreciate having this book, and I can't wait to put it on display in the background, and I would love to read it. But having worked in a library, I have found out, especially during the panini that we had, that you cannot read books online because that is copyright infringement. I know, crazy, right? But so I can't read it online, but it is a super cute book. If you have grandkids, or even what I like to do is whenever I give a kid a quilt, I'll usually put this book in with their package as well. But now there is a Christmas version, so you could kind of choose depending on the season. Super cute book, and thank you so much for sending it to me. I love it. I really, really do. So, horns for you. Whoever you may be, I appreciate you so much for doing that. Let's see here. Let's see. Speaking of comic relief, I love the podcast. Are you still finding little stars everywhere? Jonathan, funny you mentioned that, because yes, I am actually. I am finding stars everywhere. I thought I vacuumed them all up, but every now and again I find yet another one that secret ghost, right, Margaret? That is very true. I find yet another star hanging out somewhere. If you missed the podcast this week, we had a great podcast. We had a mystery guest, Alicia, came back onto the podcast. We played some games celebrating the 1-year anniversary of the So Off Kilter podcast. So if you haven't listened to the podcast, make sure to check it out on your favorite podcasting platform, or here on YouTube. You can always ask your smart speaker, which includes Siri, Alexa, Google, all of the things. You can did I activate? No, mine didn't activate. Okay. You can actually ask your smart device to play the So Off Kilter podcast. It's hard when the names are very close. Make sure to check that out. I also did record a podcast with Adam Sows this weekend. So not only did I record a video yesterday, I also recorded a podcast episode. Becca stepped away on assignment, so it was just me and Adam, and we talked about everything Tula. We had a Tula love fest. So make sure to check that podcast out towards the end of November. All right. Let's see. Sandy says, it was me, Ian. Sandy Ryans from Illinois. So sorry that I couldn't figure out how to send it as a gift. Enjoy. I appreciate you, Sandy. Thank you so much for that. That was so sweet of you. It was a wonderful surprise. I got a notification at the UPS box that there was a package for me, and I never know when they're going to show up. So it's always a wonderful surprise to get the text message that there's a package waiting for me. And when I got it, I knew it was a book. And I couldn't wait to open it up, and sure enough, it was, and I was so excited to see. I wish you could have seen how excited. I actually gasped. I literally gasped when I opened it up. I was like, oh! So, you made my day, Sandy. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. Sandy, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sandy, send me your, if you'll email me your mailing address, I'll send you a little thank you postcard, because, oh, somebody did something. Somebody subscribed. Thank you so much for subscribing. There's my face. Can I put my face over my face? How's that? There we go. How's that look? That's funny. Oh my gosh, I make myself laugh. That's funny. Oh my gosh. I did change the little icon, and I kind of like that now. So, it needs to be cleaner, but I'm still working. Technology. I will be finding those stars until I move, Savannah. You were right. You were right. A lot of people say that the podcast was great. I'm so glad. That y'all all, it does look like me. It's funny, right? Like, it's crazy. It looks exactly like me. Go figure. It's like my artist knew who I was. So yeah, podcast episode was good this week, and I would check out the YouTube version of it this week, just because there was so much visual. Alicia's facial expressions, they were hilarious. Hilarious. It was so good. I enjoyed it. So, all right, all that, and we're 17 minutes in, and I've yet to even talk about the project. Surprise! It's normal life, is what it is here on YouTube. What are we doing today? We're going to be working on the Fat Quarter Mixer. This is a free pattern that you can get online. Again, this is a free pattern. Please make sure to go download the pattern from our wonderful pattern makers. This one is from Material Girl Quilts, Amanda Castro. I think is how you say that, Castro. Oh, I need like reading glasses now. Oh boy, am I really hitting that age? Oh boy. Tulisha is, yeah, she is hilarious. She really is. She is. What are you going to talk about at the retreat this Saturday? What are you going to talk about at the, I forgot. Oh my gosh, I just like blanked. Thank you for reminding me. Sweet Granny, I don't know. It has snuck up on me, to be completely honest with you. I have tracked it for mid-September. I'm going to be at a retreat this weekend virtually. And I am going to be talking about something. I'm probably going to be talking about my journey. If you, what is his name? Steven? Oh my gosh, my mind is blanking at this moment. I believe it's Steven. Steven is hosting a online sewing retreat. Becca and I are going to be guest speakers, lecturers, talkers, people at the retreat this weekend. I don't know if he's sold out or not, so check it out. I think I have it listed on my website. I think. You can go over there and see if there's any spots available, and I probably should work on the PowerPoint. That's what I need to do this week. Thanks for reminding me. Should really do that. Hey, Vicky, good to see you. Jonathan, I know, Material Girl, absolutely. Josh says, definitely watching the YouTube version of this podcast. Thanks for sharing how it's been doing in the platforms too. Very interesting. It was very interesting, Jonathan. It was Joshua. Oh my God, Jonathan, Joshua, y'all are killing me. Y'all are killing me with your names. I am just all over the place today. All right. Fat Quarter Mixer, free pattern, exclamation pattern in the live chat, or you can also check it out down in the description. If you're watching this video on the replay, it is in the description, so please feel free to go down into the description and grab that free pattern. Head over to the Material Girl Quilts website and get that free pattern. This is one that I've been tracking for a little bit because I have a lot of fat quarters of Halloween fabric, and I knew this would be a perfect way to use this. Let's talk about the pattern for a minute. She did a wonderful job with this pattern. Please do not feel like I am hating on her pattern at all, because I am not. Absolutely not. What I will say is her tutorial video, she does have a tutorial video. You can find that also on that page as well. She warns that you need to have 21 and a half usable inches of fabric from your fat quarters. This is 100% accurate. I was like, it should be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. No. She's 100% accurate. You need 21 and a half usable inches on that fabric. So your selvage does not, don't include your selvage, not from, yeah. You need to have 21 usable inches of fabric, because I had to franken grow some of my fabric, and I'm going to show you. I can get all of the cuts out of it except for one. I had to franken grow one of my pieces, one of my cuts, because there wasn't enough. And I was going to get either complete selvage or partial selvage showing, and I didn't want that. So you will have to franken grow if you do not have that 21 and a half inches. You could absolutely do this out of yardage as well. This would be very easy to do out of yardage. It may be a little bit easier to do out of yardage, if I'm being completely honest. So, this is no hate to this pattern designer at all, please, please, please do not feel like I am hating on her pattern. I am not. I'm just giving you the warning that she gave me that I ignored. You know, so this pattern, you can make a lot of different sizes. You can use 12, 15, 21, 24, or 27 fat quarters in order to make this quilt. And you can either do it as the 12 fat quarters will give you a 60 by 60, 27 will give you a 90 by 90. So it makes a really, really big, big quilt if you want it to, but you can also make it anywhere in between. Def Diablo says, I have 1 yard of that fabric. It is so cute. It is cute, isn't it? I have a lot of different fabrics that I have chosen for this. I mean, I have a lot of different fabrics that I wanted to use for it. So I've got, you know, a lot of fun Halloween fabrics that I wanted to incorporate all into a quilt. Like I said, I did have to frankengrow a lot, several pieces. But we're going to be using that today. We're going to be using this pattern. And it's basically just going to create a big hodgepodge. Let's see, let me try and not give numbers away, even though it is a free pattern, but that's what it's going to look like when it's all put together. It's kind of all over the place, and I feel like this is going to be a good utilizing quilt. I can actually use it. I don't have to worry about messing it up and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's going to be a really great pattern for that. And I have a lot of fat quarters that I was using, as you can see from the stacks of fabric over there. Today we're going to be working on putting a block A and a block B together, just to show you how they go together. She does have a video tutorial if you would like to go check out her tutorial on it. I'm going to put a block A together, then a block B, and then we are going to work on just kind of sewing that all together. Probably next time, if I can get my homework done, we will work on sewing the whole quilt together. I don't know if we'll get that far, but we'll try our best. We'll see what happens this week. It's going to be yet another busy week, as apparently I need to do homework on putting together a PowerPoint, but there you go. Absolutely, Jonathan. Jonathan says, if anything, give credit to the designer for being thorough. She really was. She was really thorough, and I do like this pattern. I just wish I had heeded her warning and measured all of the fabric before I started putting it all together, you know? That's the only thing that I was like, dang, I should have paid more closer attention, because by the time I found the first one that I needed to frankengrow, I was like, oh, shoot, I've already cut a lot of fabric, and here I am needing to frankengrow it. So, but there's enough leftover fabric from the cuts that you make that frankengrowing is perfectly fine. This isn't going into a quilt show. This isn't going to be a quilt that I am, you know, showing off to the masses as what am I trying to say? It's not going to be a quilt that I'm just like putting into AQS or anything like that, right? It's literally just going to be a quilt that I use, and that's that. That's gonna be that, and that is okay. So it's gonna go on the bed. That's about anything. That's about it, right? So, oh shoot, you know what? I was gonna oil my machine. I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot I need to oil my machine before we get started. I meant to do that this morning, and I totally forgot. So let me do that really quickly. I do apologize. I know how frustrating it is. You're like, Ian, we're 30 minutes into this, and you haven't even sewn one freaking stitch. Can you just get to it? I know, I'm so sorry. Let me quickly oil so that way we make sure our machine stays nice and fit. I bet it will be barely noticeable when it's all sewn together anyway, says Savannah. Savannah, that is also why I wasn't too worried about it. I was like, you know what? It's going to be fine. It's not a big deal that it's freaking grown. No one is going to see it when you're actually looking at it. I'm going to have to get on the floor for a second. Sorry, guys. That's the only thing I don't like about this table, is it can be a little tedious getting the bobbin case in and out. So, and I meant to do this on the off the live stream, and yet here I am crawling around on the floor while y'all are laughing at me silly. Reminder, good time to clean and oil your machine. Take off that stitch plate, do a little dusty. Mine is really, I've been sewing up a storm in here, so got a lot of dust bunnies hanging out down here, so gonna clean those out super, super fast, and then we are good to go. All right, so I'm gonna put my bombing case back in. Sorry guys, my bad. Meant to do that before I started. And here I am on the floor. All right, I think we're good now. Jonathan says, LOL, what is oiling? Oh my gosh, Jonathan. Jonathan, you're killing me. Always oil your machines. All right, so here we go. We're taking the first stitch like 30 minutes into the broadcast. You're welcome, everybody. So right now I'm assembling block A. It is very, very easy. It just takes one of the large rectangles and connects it onto the large square. Everybody's talking amongst themselves. There we go. Let's see. Jonathan, you're ridiculous. Never heard of her. Well, you should oil your machine on a regular basis to keep her running well. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, this is super easy. Block A. Done. That's it. That's all you do. That's block A right there. How easy is that? So I'm going to go ahead and press that. We do seams open since a lot of these are going to be landing in different places. You never know which way that seam needs to go. So it's probably easier to go ahead and press them open so that way they don't have as much bulk. Good thing you were on the floor voluntarily and not by accident. Yeah, true. Very true. Very, very true. On the floor on purpose this time, Melissa. Both of you had the same idea. Bobby says, don't apologize for doing your maintenance. It helps us all remember to take the time to do it. That is true. That is very true. So take that time, oil your machine. This is also your reminder to also change your rotary blade, which I've not done in a while, and I really probably should do. So change that rotary blade. It's one of those things that every time you go to cut, you're like, oh, I need to change the blade in this, and then you forget. And then you go back to cut something else, and you're like, oh, I need to change the blade in this, and then you forget. It's a vicious cycle. So there we go. All right, block A. That's it. It took me longer to cut this than it did to actually sew this. So that is block A. I'm going to throw that on the floor for the moment because, you know, design floor. Let's work on block B. Block B is a little harder, but not by much. So how are we going to do this? I'm going to jump to the, I'm going to jump to the bottom of the stack. And with this pattern, I want to randomize this as much as possible. I could probably take this whole stack and just throw it up in the air and grab some fabric and, you know, throw that in there. And that would be that. But, you know, I'm trying to randomize the pieces as much as possible. Let's see. I need 2 squares. And I'll need another rectangle. So I'm just going to grab. I'm just literally going into my stack. Seems like a good match. I like all 3 of those fabrics together. So that's going to go there. We're going to dive back into the stack and we're going to find another rectangle, because that's going to go down there on the bottom like so. So we're going to basically form something that looks like that when it's all said and done. So I'm going to throw that right there. First thing I do is I'm going to sew my squares together. By the way, guys, if you are interested in knowing what I like to listen to when I'm sewing, I love listening to Bob Moses, and they just put out a new album. If you are into electronic music, electronic dance style music, they just put out a new album on Friday, and I've enjoyed it. It is a short album. It is 10 songs, about 35 minutes worth of music, but if you like that type of music, definitely check them out. Love all of their albums. I actually started listening to them while watching The Catch when it was on ABC a long time ago. Love that show. So sad it got canceled after 2 seasons. Still bitter about that one. But great show and a lot of fun. And that's where I found out about their music, was from that show. They used a lot of it on the show, actually, so. Josh says, just changing my 28 millimeter rotary blade. It was getting tons of shreds. Realized I accidentally installed both new blades. Oh no, I hate when that happens. Those blades stick together and it gives you a double cut, and you're like, what is happening? I hate it when that happens. So be careful when you're putting those. I'm always scared to put those blades in too, because I'm always like handling them from the very edge or from the center, and I'm like, ugh, makes me nervous. All I can think about is like, shing, and off goes the finger, you know? But yeah, check out Bob Moses if you haven't already. And if you like electronic music, I enjoy electronic music. And Bob Moses is my jam. Would love to go see them at Red Rocks if they'll ever go back to Red Rocks again. They've done a concert there before, and I would love to go back. And hopefully they will do another one at some point there. All right, so let's see. How did we do this? We put that together like that. And then we put the bottom part on. Like so. While I'm sewing the rest of this and pressing the rest of this, we'll do an informal poll. Since I just talked about what type of music I like to listen to, what type of music who's your favorite artist? Type in the chat, let me know. If you're watching this on the replay, you can put it in the comments as well. What is your favorite artist or band or whatever music to listen to, either while you sew or just in normal everyday life? Rotary blades are my second biggest fear in sewing. Absolutely, Josh. They make me very, very, very nervous. Very nervous. But yeah, what's your go-to when even when you're not sewing, when you're just like driving in the car or, you know, cooking or whatever? Who's your favorite artist or band or whatever to listen to while you're doing a daily activity? I like Bob Moses, Lady Gaga, Sabrina Carpenter. Who else? I have a lot of bands and things that I listen to. Creed, that's a good one. That's a good one. Let's see. John Denver, EDM, Adele, Broadway show tunes. I like that one, Kathleen. That's a good one. All right, so here's our block. This is block B. That's it. Doreen loves Cat Stevens. I just put musicals on while I sew. Great choice. Always a great choice. Bobby loves listening to country. John Denver, Josh Toon, most of country. Lately, I've been on a classical kick, says Linda. Sometimes rock, grunge, classic, rock, jazz. I really love all music, but don't care for country. That is okay, though. All right, so there we go. That is the block. I use the same fabric on two of them, but that's okay. Pink Floyd, always a good choice. Always a good choice. Shelby says, too many genres I enjoy to have. Too many genres I enjoy to have a favorite. I think she meant something else there. Everything from opera to heavy metal. That is kind of like, ooh, Elton John, another good one, Vicky. That is what I tend to jump a lot from genre to genre. I have a weird mix. If you were to ask my iPhone to shuffle my music, you'd be like, how did we go from here to here? How did that happen? Running through Josh is running through Wicked and TF these days. Taylor Swift, of course. Duh. I often do a random play of music. That is, Josh, I tend to do that as well. All right, so What do you think is going to be easiest? Should I just alternate making block A and block B so that way I have a good mix? Or should I stick with one block and finish out and then do another block? I think I should bounce back and forth. Neil Diamond, another good choice, June. I think I should alternate between the blocks so that way that'll help really randomize what I'm doing, right? All right. Gloria says, I like the oldies from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, also old country. Gloria, you and Mary would get along really well. Every time we're in the car with Mary, not every time, but a lot of times when we're in the car with Mary, we tend to listen to all types of music, including 50s, 60s, and 70s. Alternate. Everybody's saying alternate. All right, so we're going to alternate back and forth between block A and block B. Let's alternate back and forth. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. We are going to do that. So later in November, we are going to have a guest on the podcast. I actually found her from TikTok. I found her off of TikTok. She does a live on TikTok every weekday morning from some ungodly hour. She's in Arizona, and she gets up at, she said she gets up at like 1:30 a.m. and then she will do her lives from like, what is it? I think she said like 4:30 to 6:30 her time. She's crazy to be doing things that early, because I'm if I'm up at 1:30, it's because I'm going to bed. Like, I'm still awake. Actually, last night I stayed up until 4 by accident. Fortnite, man. Fortnite. That's all I'm going to say. Fortnite. Anywho, she's going to be on our podcast. Super excited to talk to her. She lives in a fifth wheel full-time with her husband and is able to sew and craft and make in her fifth wheel. Super excited to talk to her and find out more about her life in a fifth wheel and all the things that she does. So be on the lookout for that, probably December-ish. I feel like I'm a little ahead. We're a little ahead on videos, so we are, you know, getting stuff done. We're getting stuff done is what we're doing. Laura says, hi, Ian and everyone. I'll be lurking today. We finally finished the cleanup from our basement flooding. Now we just have to move all of the sewing supplies back to where they were and get organized. Laura, I hope that process is going well. I hope it's not taking too much of an emotional toll on you. I know how stressful that stuff can be. So please make sure you're taking time for yourself. Please make sure that you are enjoying just being and just, you know, I didn't need that one. I needed this one. My bad. I needed to do this one. And by the way, this one, see, I have selvage, but it's within the seam allowance. So I'm still using this one because it may not be a full block, but this is going to go into the seam allowance, so I don't have to worry about it too much showing, because it is within that margin of error of the seam allowance. So I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to pick this one. Linda, I'm working on the, this is a Material Girl Quilts. This is Fat Quarter Mixer. It's down in the description of this video. You can grab the pattern from there. You can also type !pattern here in the live chat to get the pattern that way. Let's see. Ooh, this one's going to be a really bad filled block. Let's grab this. I think we'll grab that one. So I'm literally going through my stack of choices and just grabbing at random. Gloria says she likes big band music. I used to dance to them when with my son when he was a baby. That's cute. You know what's really funny, guys? My mom belly dances. She is in her 60s and she belly dances. She started belly dancing in college, and then she like after having kids and like she started belly dancing again, I think when I was in high school. I think that's when it was. Maybe college. Anyways, yeah, she belly dances. She loves it. And I think that's honestly what got her through both hip replacements and her knee surgery. I think that's what really made her recovery a lot easier, because she had so much of that core strength. Belly dancing is oh my gosh, the core strength that you need to do that is insane. So I think that's why she recovered so well and so easily. Laura says, Ian, it's been stressful, but watching my favorite YouTube friends and family has definitely helped. I'm so glad to hear that, Laura. Yeah, those types of things are so, ooh, they're rough. They are rough. So I'm glad that you're getting some escape and enjoying some time with YouTube friends. That will be a cute pattern. I agree, Linda. I think it's going to be a super cute quilt when it all comes together. Go, Mama, go! Linda says, music absolutely gets us through those surgeries. I think it really did help. I genuinely think so, because even her doctors were commenting, if I remember correctly, it's been years since she had those surgeries, but I think even the doctors were very impressed with like how well her recovery was going. And of course they have you like up and walking the day you get your new bionic pieces. So, you know. All right, let's put on the bottom piece. Oops, there we go. Sew this on. I also don't think this pattern takes too long. Like you see, I've already made, this is block number 4 and only what, 90 some odd more to go. How many more to go? It's 20, no, it's fat quarters, 54 blocks. 54 blocks. So 50 more blocks to go. If you were making a smaller size, this would be easy to make in a day. You could probably even quilt it in the same day. So I think it's a very easy pattern to work with. And I just love how it's going to go together. Basically, you're going to alternate both your A and B blocks when you're actually assembling each row. So you just alternate A and B blocks, and that's how it goes together. And like I said, I had a whole bunch of my Halloween fabrics. I have a whole bunch of Halloween fabrics that I thought would be really super cute blocks. So there's another block done. And if I happen to get fabrics that are the same together in the same block, well, it happens, you know. As we get further and further into this stack, it's going to happen at some point. There's going to be a moment when the same fabric is going to be put into a block, and it is what it is. All right, make another A block. Man, wouldn't it be great if I could get all 54 blocks done on live? That would be amazing. Because then this week all I'd have to worry about is arranging all of them. It'd be great if that could happen. Did my chat stop? My chat has not moved for a hot minute. Last comment I have is from Linda, so let me know if somebody could put some hearts in the chat. Let me know if the chat is still moving. Got 197 of you in here right now, so I'm worried my computer has, well, YouTube has frozen or something like that. So Everybody still here? Hello? Is anybody out there? Oh, it is moving. Okay, good. All right. Sweet Grady says, Ian, did you pick pattern and then fabric, or fabric and then pattern? Honestly, I picked fabric and then pattern. Oh, I didn't show that off. I'm sorry. I picked my fabric first and then picked the pattern. I had a lot of fabrics, like a whole stack of fat quarters that I knew I wanted to go in a project together, and it just was... I was like, how am I going to incorporate so many fabrics together? I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I came across this. I literally typed into Google. I was like, free fat quarter pattern. And this is the one that popped up. And I was like, oh, this is amazing, because you can fit so many of the fat quarters in there. So I was like, let's do that one. Let's make that happen. Josh says, if you manage to get all 50 plus blocks done, I'll oil my Juki. Oh my gosh. That's putting the pressure on there, Josh. Thanks for that. Let's do this one. Whoops. And I think I will throw this one in there. Yeah, I like that. I like that. We'll move on with that one. Josh really is trying to throw down the gauntlet on me and be like, get all 54 done. I'm going to be like, ah! Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all typing in the chat for me. Like I said, everything just kind of stopped for a moment. And I know a lot of times that y'all put me on and we'll just sew together, but it's very rare for the chat to just, you know, stop and come to a grinding halt. So I was like, did something break? That goes there, that goes there, this goes here. And we'll just sew this up just like this. Josh, when are you joining me on Fortnite? Come on, buddy. Let's go. Let's do it. We could be the quilters on Fortnite. We could start if we could get Jonathan to join us, we could be the quilters squad with Becca. We could take over Fortnite and quilt all the things on Fortnite. I don't know if Fortnite actually has any quilting stuff in it, but we could petition the designers and be like, put quilting stuff in. I want the sewing machine attack. No, just kidding. Let's see. I'm sorry, I probably missed it, but is this pattern fat quarter friendly? Yes, Laura, for the most part. When I started off talking about the pattern today, I did mention that, yes, this is fat quarter friendly. However, I did have to frank and grow one piece every now and again because a couple of my fat quarters were a little short. So I had to frank and grow it in order to make that work. So whenever you're working with your fat quarters, make sure that you have 21 and a half. The person who wrote this pattern warns you in advance, like make sure that you have 21 and a half inches to work with on that fat quarter, like not including the selvage. Make sure that you have that space. And I was like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Here we are. Gloria says, we all took a break at the same time, Ian. You did. You all did. You all took a break at the same time. And I was like, hello? Hello? Where did everybody go? Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? All right, there we go. Adam is here. Hey, Adam, good to see you. It was fun talking to you yesterday. Is Fortnite hard to learn? It's not. It is not at all. I've actually leveled up pretty quickly in that game, so it is not hard to learn. It just takes a little bit of time practicing on it, to be honest. Linda says, Ian, I love the way that your sewing is relaxing and calm. I enjoy watching you always. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I may have. We're playing red light, green light, says Josh. I mean, true. Sorry for this. Jonathan says, sorry, this screaming possum block is commanding my attention right now. Oh, okay. I was like, what? What are we talking about? Apparently, Jonathan is sewing a screaming possum block? Okay. Never heard of that before. Math Geek says, well, we do use a lot of sharp objects in quilting. I mean, true. True story. Let's see. Let's go with... Ooh, let's go with this one. I want to go with some bats. It's freaking bats. Ian, what table do you have the Tula Nina in? What table do you have the Tula Nina in? Adam, I think, are you asking about this table over here? Are you asking about this one right here? Let me know. I think you mean, what table do I have the Tula on? This is the Martelli, that's the name. The Martelli table that Becca gave me whenever I moved here to the DC area. Laura says, thank you, Ian. I'll look at the pattern. I have lots of fat quarter bundles I want to use. This would be a perfect one for it. Just, again, make sure that you give plenty of room for that space, right? Like, just make sure that you have enough fabric. Ooh, I could do that one. I could do another bat. Looking at my fabric, deciding which one I want to put on here. There's more bats. It's freaking bats. I'm trying to change it up a little bit. I don't want orange on orange fabric, right? I want to try and kind of give a little bit of variety. Oh, okay, all right, got it. All right, no worries. So my machine is, this is the Gidget 2 table. It is a good table. I like it. It is a little short. I wish it was higher, and we've talked about this here on the channel before. A lot of people have given me advice on putting 2x4s underneath it. I've just been too lazy to do it. But yeah, this is the Gidget 2 table. I thought you were talking about the iron. I thought you were talking about the Tula iron. But yeah, this is the Gidget 2. Tabitha says, I'm listening but working on my daughter's Christmas present, making a scrapbook from the photos used for her high school grad party. That was 11 years ago. Oh my goodness, that's going to be a blast for the past for her. I really wish I could stream music while we work here on YouTube, but YouTube doesn't allow that. So it's one reason why I do like to go live on TikTok, is because I can do that there. So there's another block done. Pardon me, sorry guys. I know that I'm like, looks like I'm sitting here pecking my nose, but my nose is itchy. Awesome, I can make up my mind on the Gidget, horn, or arrow. Sing for us. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. There is a reason why I do not do karaoke. It becomes scarioke. Wah wah. That's what That's what happens. It becomes scarioke. Scarioke. Ooh. All right. Now we need 2 of these. Let's do 1 of this one. I love this fabric. This is one of my favorite Halloween fabrics right there. Look at those cute little bats. Cute little bats. And now we've got to pick the bottom fabric. Ooh, I should do these little bats. I have a lot of bats on here, but I love bats and I don't care. Lots and lots of bats, but bats are one of my favorite animals, and Halloween is kind of the perfect time to use them, so. Debbie's asking, why do they not allow you to play music? It's because, Debbie, there is such thing as copyrights. And if you do not have permission to play music, like for instance, if I was doing a theater show, if my theater company wanted to use a song from Taylor Swift in a production, we would have to buy the rights to be able to play that music in the show. There's whole contracts and things that have to happen. Because of that, I cannot play music here on YouTube because it is not my content. It's not my content, and so I do not own the rights, and because of that, they limit and say, no, you do not have the rights to play that music because you do not own it, so we are taking away your video rights. It's a whole thing of terms of service when you sign up for YouTube and all the stuff. Sucks, but it is what it is. TikTok does not have the same, they have different rules. Their platform uses a different rules, so. All right, Karen, have a great day. See you later. She says I'll have to catch the rest of the live later. My husband and I are headed to lunch and the grocery store shopping. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great day. Is this an assortment of fabrics or is it a line? It is an assortment of fabrics. It is all over the place, Jonathan. There's no one specific fabric line. There's no one specific artist. There's no specific one company. It is a mishmash of all the Halloween fabric I have found over the years, or have been sent, or given, or whatever. So it's a whole bunch of everything. Georgia says, hi Ian, haven't seen you in a while. Love the haircut. Thank you, I appreciate that. Good to see you. Oops, I almost did that block backwards. There we go. That's how that's supposed to go. I thought they were killer hornets when I first saw them. That's funny. Charlotte says, you can pick your nose and you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. All right, we have exactly 1 hour. Let's see how far we can get in this 1 hour. What if you sing it so badly it is unrecognizable? That's the funny thing, Jonathan, is I can sing anything that I want to here on YouTube and it doesn't have that same effect. But playing it is when it has a problem. I don't know. Adam says, I can't believe that would be allowed either with history of her in copyright. I know, you would think that over on TikTok you wouldn't be able to. However, many people do. Many people play Taylor Swift, many other artists on TikTok, and it's somehow different over there. I'm not a lawyer, and I have no idea why or what. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why, but the rules seem to be a little different over on TikTok. And I have no idea why. I remember, so y'all know I used to work at a theme park, and I was a radio DJ, which Not like the radio DJ that you're thinking of, like making announcements in the park kind of DJ. That's what I did. I made the park announcements and stuff like that. And we would, I had to learn about the process of getting music broadcast in the park, which there is a license you can buy that's basically a blanket license that covers every song that is under that blanket you can play, and it's covered. But if anything's outside of that blanket, you got to pay for the rights to play that song. So there you go. Kelly says, hello, just got home and glad I caught you. I will watch the replay later. Good to have you here, Kelly. Hello, Banana Joe. She says, good evening, Ian and friends. Hello. Adam says, this goes back to what you were saying yesterday, TikTok. Press buttons and hope something happens. So true, Adam. Adam and I talked about TikTok a little bit and all the things that, you know, we get up to on TikTok. And we were talking about, like, we don't know how to operate it, and it just kind of, we push buttons and stuff happens. Denise says that may change if TikTok is brought under the U.S. ownership. That is true. That is very true. Things may definitely change on TikTok depending on what happens with that. It's a lot of things that go into social media, and you just never know what's going to happen next. You know? A lot of rules to think about, a lot of things to keep in mind, a lot of. Wayne says, I love these quick and simple patterns. Still working on the carnival pattern. Want to do the layer cake lattice quilt next. Will need to add this to the mix and use some of it for my fat quarter bundles. It seems like a really great pattern and an easy sew. You know, I'm whipping through these blocks pretty quickly. We'll see. I may get pretty close to getting it all done. And if I wasn't sitting here and chatting with all of you, I feel like I could easily get all 54 blocks done in 2 hours. I keep forgetting to show y'all what it looks like before I throw it on the floor. Throw it on the floor! All right, we're going to pull... I want to do this one. I'm going to pull this one. And then I'm going to grab... Oh, we haven't done this one yet. So we'll do this one across the bottom. I also haven't done this one yet. I love this one. I don't know. Let's see. Can I show this one up close? It looks like houndstooth, but if you look really closely, there's little bats. This is one of my favorites from this. And yes, it is a purple next to a purple, but you know what? I think it's going to be just fine. I think it will be just fine. I like that, so we're going to go with that. Kathy says, hi Ian, been watching on my TV, now the mobile open again. Good to see everyone. Love the blocks. Thank you. They're turning out pretty cute, aren't they? I feel like it. Feel like they are coming out pretty cute. It's going to be a big quilt, 90 by 90, so it's actually big enough for me, I feel like. Feel like it will drape over my queen size bed quite nicely. Oh, Adam, look what I got right here. Sitting right on top of my, just like I said yesterday, I was talking with Adam on recording the podcast, and he sent me some of that ribbon, and I told him it was sitting right on my pegboard. So if you didn't believe me, it's right there. Didn't set it up or anything. It's been sitting there the whole time. The whole time? The whole time? Laura says, I love that bat's houndtooth pattern. It's pretty cute, isn't it? Pretty clever way to hide bats in the design, right? Lovingly is asking, oh my god, that purple bat houndstooth is amazing. What is the brand and line? I believe that is Free Spirit Fabric, and it is Rachel Horner, I believe. She put that out last year, if I remember correctly. So Elizabeth, did I say that right? I think it's Elizabeth Horner, and I don't remember the name of the line, but it is from Free Spirit Fabric. You might still be able to find some. It may not be out of print yet, but it's probably out there somewhere. Probably out there somewhere. Also, quick reminder, Flyaway is coming to an end. I do have the final pattern. I am working on sewing it together to get ready for the big reveal that will be coming next month. So if you are doing Flyaway, think this month is Clue 9, next month will be Clue 10. I will absolutely say, I didn't give it a good shot, to be completely honest with you. I didn't try super hard to figure it out. I've got a lot going on, and I didn't really have the time or mental capacity to sit down and try and figure it out. I did look at all the pieces. I did spend some time on it, but nothing ever really, popped out at me, and it just didn't quite, wasn't working. So I did take a look at Clue 10. I will be honest with you. I don't think I would have gotten this one if I had tried. It is very different. They did say that this one's very different from what they've done in the past, and they are correct. This one is different than what I have seen in the past from them. So very interested to see if anyone ends up guessing it, but I would not have guessed it. I would not have. I would not have. Yes, it is, Matt. It is from Mrs. Doubtfire. Let's see. Yes, Jonathan, that is it. Yep, Rachel Horner, Scaredy Cat. I only found black and white. So I don't remember if the line was Scaredy Cat, but it was the one from last year, whatever hers was last year. Love this pattern. I've been looking for a fun, quick pattern to make for a friend's Halloween quilt. I think this will be it. Awesome, Kelly. That's great. We'll do this one, and we'll pair it up with this one. This one almost looks like a batik. It's not. It is printed fabric, but it looks very batik-ish. And I don't know what it's from. I don't have the selvage from this one. Even the Fat Quarter didn't have the named selvage side. It just had the fabric pattern side. So I don't even know what it's from. I could probably Google Lens it and get it that way, but Lovely says, I hope there aren't a bunch of spinning stars. I don't like them unless they look more like snowflakes, but I guess it's not too far before I find out. I stopped sewing because I want to see it first. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think, honestly, Love Loathingly, I think you're going to be fine. I think you're going to be fine. I don't remember off the top of my head what the spinning star looks like, but I think you're going to like it. It is very different than what I have seen Cotton Cuts do in the past. There's usually like very specific things that I look for when putting a Cotton Cuts puzzle mystery quilt together, because I've done so many of them that I kind of know the calling cards of where things are going to be placed. This one threw me. This one threw me, and I didn't know where it was landing. So it's in the 13 quilts that I've done, well, 12 quilts that I've done so far, this is the first one that really threw me for a loop. Oh, thank you so much, Jonathan. Jonathan, this fabric right here is called Bat's Tooth. So if you're looking for this, this is called Bat's Tooth from Elizabeth, oh my gosh, Horner, Elizabeth Horner, right? Elizabeth Horner, is that right? I almost said Elizabeth Warner, which that is definitely not it. That is not the name that I'm looking for. Oh boy. Let's find a fabric again. Let's do this one. Rachel Horner, thank you. Rachel Horner. Don't know why my brain went to Elizabeth Warner. That is no, that is not it, sir. That is not it, good sir. I know, Kelly, I know. It is surprising that I you know, was so far off the mark. It just, I literally laid out and again, I didn't have a lot of time to spend on it. So that, you know, that didn't help. That didn't help that I didn't have a lot of time to spend on it. But it definitely, it threw me. It threw me for a loop. And I'm usually pretty good at the calling cards for what the puzzle mystery quilt looks like, and it just didn't happen this time. Didn't happen this time. I am mixing two names together. You are right, Banana Joe. I am mixing all kinds of names together. Yeah, Kelly, I was a little bit surprised too, because normally I can kind of spot where things land, and it just, not this time. I did get the corners, like I figured out which ones were going to be the corner blocks, and I figured out which one was the center block. That I was able to figure out. But beyond that, nope. Nope. But if you are interested in joining on the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt, they are going to be releasing their next quilt design, well, sign-ups, I should say. They're going to be releasing their next quilt sign-ups in December. So, we're headed into yet another Puzzle Mystery Quilt season. They did, right, Kelly? They did. They had to switch it up on me. They knew, Ian's getting too good at this. We've got to switch it up on him. We got to throw him for a loop. And they did. They did indeed. They did indeed. We'll see if they've done that again for Under the Sea. Been working on that one. And I am very interested to see if they have thrown me for a loop again. The quilt pattern looks like a great for donation quilts. Yes, absolutely. This would be a great donation quilt pattern. Very easy to sew and very quick to sew, and great for those fat quarters. Do I like batiks yet? I I mean, batiks as a whole, I do like batiks. I don't use them very often. They're not my go-to, but I do like batiks. Still... I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a fan of this colorway. Just not a fan of this colorway. We'll see when the whole design goes together, though. I was definitely surprised with the colorway for Flyway. The way that everything landed, I was like, huh, that's interesting. I'm interested to see how all the colorways come out for Flyway. I think that's going to be really interesting. Like, I'm genuinely excited to see all the different colorways and how they all kind of land in the colorways. Get it? Land, Flyway. Wah, wah. I made a joke. Without even meaning to. Love Loathingly says the same thing. I just want to see all the colorways under the sea. There weren't much, and I was particularly excited about. I hope to find a colorway I love in the next. There's that next block right there, by the way. And as you can see, I did have to Franken grow this one a little bit, but when you back it up and look at it, like, you can't tell. You can't tell that far away that I had to Franken grow it. So easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's do the hound's tooth, or bat's tooth, I should say, for this one. Let's do the bat's tooth. And what do I want to mix with that one? Could do some bats. Freaking bats. I want to do the kitty. The blue kitty. I don't, this is such a cute fabric, like the little teal pumpkins, and it is Halloween, but it's not my normal kind of Halloween motif, but I still love it. Laura says she'll have to catch up the rest on replay. We have to go get our flu shots. Go get that flu shot. Go get that flu shot. Get that done. I did that already this year. So good for you. Go get that flu shot. Get it done. Let's see. Auntie L says, I feel you, Ian, working on the same colorway and not for sure how I feel about it. I'm trusting the process. Same. Waiting to see what happens for the final reveal of Under the Sea. I don't know. Oh no. I know Beth was pushing me out of my comfort zone, but woo, it's like miles outside my comfort zone. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. My flyaway color is Nightingale, all the shades of blue. Love Loathingly. I'll be very interested to see what that one looks like. I may have wished I had gotten that one instead, to be completely honest with you. I went back and looked at the colorways today because I was like, you know what? I'm trying to like picture it in my head what everything looks like. And I'm like, oof, this is going to be really interesting. I'm very excited to see all the colorways done. As people post their pictures and everything, it's going to be great. Here is this block. I mean, look how easy that is. Literally two pieces of fabric and it's done. Excuse me. I think I want to do one of these. Did you have a lot of bats in Texas? Jonathan, we did have some bats. Not a lot where I was necessarily. I did see them every now and again. But we didn't have a lot in my specific area. Now I was living in the middle of a city, so I need to switch to this stack. I was living in the middle of a city, so maybe not as not as many bats, you know, they probably hide a lot, to be honest. I'm trying to, you know what, it doesn't matter. Just put pieces together, Ian. Don't think about it. Just grab, put it together. It's okay if they're, you know, the same fabrics put in the same place in another piece. It's fine. It's fine. I've seen a big swarm but that was in Houston. Yeah, that's where I saw the bats, was in Houston. There's a bridge, for those who don't know, in in Austin. There's a bridge in Austin. Austin is known for bats because there's a bridge in Austin that is a perfect place for the bats to live during the day, and then they come out at night and eat up all those lovely mosquitoes. She just restracted. She just redacted that. So she was saying something, but I missed it before she pulled back her comment. It is good to have bats around as they eat the mosquitoes. Absolutely, Banana Joe. Bats are so important to our society and to the ecosystem and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I love bats. They're so amazing. A lot of people are scared of them. I know that they can be really scary and terrifying, and, you know, but they are, honestly, I think they're super cute. I think they're super cute. And they do such good things for the ecosystem. So I love bats. Oh yeah, Jonathan, there is that bat bridge in Austin. I bet you are thinking of Austin. One of my favorite games, says Loathingly, was to go out at dusk and toss pebbles in the air and watch the bats. I have felt bats on my front door. Oh, I love that. Well, what the heck happened here? Did I break thread or something? No. It just didn't sew. We'll try that again. That's weird. Half my block didn't sew together for whatever reason. Banana Joe says, bats are so cute. Absolutely. I agree. Lovingly says, bats are my favorite. I considered going to college for 4 things: horses, bats, water, and psychology. Ended up with a racehorse and a psychology. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm thankful we have bats for our ecosystem, but I think they are creepy. Eek! Linda, I get it. I totally get it. They can be kind of creepy, and, you know, they look a little weird, but I love them. I love them. Linda says, I think they're cute on fabric. That's it. That's fair, Linda. That is absolutely fair. Is there a mosquito? There was a mosquito. No more. That mosquito is gone. Speaking of mosquitoes. Let's see. Hey, Stitch with Me. How are you? Banana Joe says, we rescued a bat in Kenya and it looks like a teeny Puppy. It kind of does. It kind of does. I think they're like funny name because, you know, there's like Danger Noodle, which is a snake and stuff like that. I think Sky Puppy was the name for the bat, if I remember correctly. Carol says we have a small bat that lives on our back porch. It's fun to watch it fly from one side to the other, and our dogs are oblivious. That's funny. They're very quiet when they fly. All right, so I want to show really quick. This is an example. So this block, this piece right here, this one had selvage at the bottom. So I had to cut it with a little bit of selvage on it. But whenever it actually sewed together, it fell into the seam allowance and you never even know that it's there. Like you have no idea that that selvage is hiding in the seam allowance. We're going to do this one next. They do. They look like teeny puppies with fangs and no hair. Oh, did somebody ask about my sewing machine? I missed that if they did. Hi, Quilty Sharon. How are you? Yeah, if somebody's asking about my sewing machine, it is the Tula Pink 770 edition of the Berninas. Actually, I want to do the orange bats. My mom would take us to bat counts, hang nets over water and catch them, and then record the species size, etc. To learn frequency and such. We caught one species so small that they can even puncture human skin. Oh my. Oh, they can't even puncture human skin. Excuse me. They can't puncture human skin. Well, most of the time bats don't even care for us to begin with. The one that only really kind of cares about us is the vampire bat, and again, it's just it mostly goes for cows. Flying foxes, oh my gosh, they're so cute. I just want to like hold a flying fox and be like, you're my baby, you're my little baby. And the problem is when you go to wash it, it doesn't shrink evenly. Yeah, that is true. That is true. It won't shrink evenly. But again, it's in the seam allowance. And so a lot of that is going to be hidden where people don't see it. And it may not shrink exactly the same, but that's okay. Again, this is going to be a using quilt, not a quilt show quilt. So it won't matter. It won't matter. There's another block. I mean, look how quick and easy this is going. We've got 30 minutes. I don't think I'm going to make my goal, but I still think I'm going to make it a lot further than I thought it was. Yvette says, when I was around 10 or 11, a bat swooped down on my head and got tangled in my very curly hair for a few seconds. I was in the side yard. Not a fan. That is fair. I can see how that would be a little not fun. Going through and finding which fabrics still have two of the same cut, because that means it hasn't been used. So we're going to do that. And we'll look through here. This one has 3 of the same cut. That means it hasn't been used. So I'm going to pull this one. Even though it is the same fabric, it is a different colorway. There's 2 different colorways. So I think I'm still safe in using that. So I think I'm going to do that. And I think I'm going to put this one at the bottom. Kelly says, would I be able to use a Vegas strip for this pattern? I have yardage for the 10.5 inch squares, so they would all be the same. You could use it for these pieces, but you do need the 10.5 inch squares. Kelly says she does have yardage for the 10.5 inch squares, so I think you could. What are Vegas strips cut to? Remind me, guys, in the chat what it's cut to. I don't remember. What is a Vegas strip cut to? I think it's 5.5, yes. I think, Kelly, I think in the long run you would be able to, I think. Because you would need 3 longer rectangles and 2 squares. So I feel like you would probably be able to do that. I feel like. Okay, so there's 6.5. So yeah, you would still cut down that Vegas. You would need to cut down that Vegas strip. Because they're cut. I'm not going to say the size on here just because I want you to go download the pattern. So you'd have to cut down that width a little bit. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all in the chat. I mean, technically you could still use it. You would just have to trim it down. You would have to trim down the size of that Vegas strip to match the pattern. So short answer, I think so. Bear Creek Quilting in Oregon makes what they call fat strip packs that are 10.5 inches by width of fabric. That's cool. I didn't know that. Let's see. Vicky says, hanging out with y'all today is helping me some. Mom doesn't have a lot of time left. This last stage of dementia and is, I think she meant always hard to deal with. It is. It is. I was there with my dad. I feel that. I feel that. I'm sorry that you're going through that. It's difficult. Watching my dad decline was hard. That was really, really hard. His was technically early onset Alzheimer's, so it wasn't dementia, but very similar. And I also watched his mom decline into dementia. So I feel that. I have, is it empathy? I have empathy because there's sympathy and there's empathy. And I feel like I have empathy with you on that because of everything that I experienced with my dad and my grandmother. Kelly says I could split the big square into 2 rectangles. Yeah, you could do that. You could split it into 2 rectangles as well. That could work. Take a look at the pattern. I think if you jump over to the pattern and take a look at it, I think you'll be able to figure it out pretty quickly if that would work or not. I had a thought and it ran away from me. I was like, oh, I need to mention this, and I Don't remember what it was anymore. It is Zaza. Oh, I remember what it was. I heard recently that scientists have discovered some important information on how the brain works, and they're now like starting to understand more about plaque buildup in the brain and what that does for dementia and all the things. So I think they're making some forward progress on dementia research and all that kind of stuff. All right. Let's do this square. Dementia, cancer are horrible. They really, really are, Vicky. Kelly says, I already downloaded the pattern. It should work. I have Halloween Vegas strip that I want to use on that. I feel like that would be a perfect use, Kelly, for a Vegas strip. It would take a little bit of, you know, working and whatnot, but I think you could do it. I think you absolutely could. Oh, I haven't used this one. Let's do this one. I did do a little research on Quilted Jacket. And I think I've actually talked with Northcott. I have a contact at Northcott right now. And I talked with them and asked if it might be possible to get some fabric for it. And they said they think it would be possible. So waiting to hear back from them to see if they approve it or not. But I think I have an idea for my Quilted Jacket and what I want to do. So I had to do some maths. And I found out, by the way, guys, this is really cool. I got to find the website. Let me see if I can find that website. If I can find it, I will pin it as the top comment down below. But there is a website that can help you estimate how much yardage you need from sizes. So what I'm saying by that is I need like 2.5-inch squares in order to make the jacket. And I didn't know how much yardage I needed, right? Like I figured out I need a piece of quilted fabric that's X amount wide by like 100 and something long. And I'm going to make some of it out of 2-inch squares. And I was like, oh, I don't know how much fabric I need. Because I have X amount of 2.5-inch squares, but how much yardage does that turn into? And there's a website that you can type in, I need pieces that are 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches, or 2.5 inches by 5.5 inches, or whatever size you need. And then it'll calculate how much yardage you need off of that. I was like, oh, I should have bookmarked it. Did I bookmark it? I may have bookmarked it. I don't remember. But it's a great website. If I remember to add that, I will add it as the first pinned comment under this video. If I can remember to do that. If I forget, please feel free to leave a comment and be like, hey, Ian, can you share that link? And I'll be like, oh, yes, forgot. It's not the Robert Kaufman site. It is another one that I found. I don't remember it off the top of my head, though. Don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Oh, this one has 3, so we're going to use one of these. Put that one there. Is there another piece in here that has 3? That one has 3. We'll do that one. Good way to put this together as you're thinking about it, your squares, there will be 2 of each square. So if you have both squares there, then you have not used that one yet. So we're going to pull this one because there's 2 of this one. For your rectangles, there should be 3 of them because you cut 3 of those rectangles. So if there's 3 of those sitting in there, you know that it has not been used elsewhere. There's that block right there. Look at that. Just over 15 minutes. Not going to get all the blocks done, but I have a really good head start, and I should be able to finish this during the week, and that will give me time to do the layout. Can you show me the pattern, Ian? Absolutely. Let me cover up the measurements. So this is what it looks like when it all comes together. This is what it's a whole, it's kind of a Mod Podge all over the place, but it works. I think this is going to be a really good pattern. Oh, I should probably put that on the bigger screen for you to see. Whoop, there we go. So, oh. I just gave away the measurements. My bad. Please go download the pattern. Please go download the pattern. I'm trying my best, guys. Don't hate me. Sharon says, I'm loving that you're ironing the seams open. I do the same. My brain does not remember left and right. Well, I'm doing it that way because when you go to put this whole quilt together, it would be nice to nest the seams. However, since you don't know where each block is going to land in the overall design, it's best just to press them open so that way you don't get that bulk, and when you're putting it all together, you don't have to worry about, oh, well, this seam's going this way, and this one's going this way, and now I have a twisted seam, and blah, blah, blah. It is really cute. It is a cute pattern. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, boop, 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 boop. All right, put on the bottom piece, and then this block will be done. Joan, hello all that I've missed. The binding is on the bags and the straps, why did I do that? Need the decorative stitches on them and attach them to the bag. Hope you are all having a great time and see you next time. Glad you got that done. Thanks for joining today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. What's left of it, Joan. Thanks for being here. Kathy says, one way to look further would be to rent a cottage for a month and quilt together. How fun, right, Zaza? One way to look further would be to, what? What did I miss? I must have missed a conversation. That must be a side conversation that's happening, because what? Huh? What? I'm so confused. Yep, that's definitely a side conversation, because Zaza knows exactly what is being talked about, and I have no idea. No idea. All right, this one has a freaking grown piece in it, so, but you can't even tell when you're looking this far away. You can't even tell that there's a freaking grown piece in there, and it is all good. Let's see. Move to Scotland, Ian. Kathy says, move to Scotland. I mean, that would be great. Scottish men are hot. I'm just saying. Scottish men are very hot. Sign me up. I'm at the Oracle, Ian? What? What is that? What is happening? What is the Oracle? I want to do this one. We're going to pull this one. Carol says, hello all, joining from Kentucky. I just joined the chat a few days ago. Come over from Becca. Hello, Carol. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that and appreciate you being here today. Pretty sure. I'm going to check one thing really quick. I don't think, oops, I just cut my stack in half there. Let me check really quick. I want to check. Okay, so that's a whole piece. All right, so we're going to do it this way. We're going to take this piece and we're going to put that down there. Oh no, I'm dropping all my pieces. Oop. Dropping pieces again. Kathy says, I love it when you are behind Ian. I mean, you know, it's not hard to confuse the Ian, let's be honest. Especially when I'm like working on the project, trying to keep up with chat, and then people are having side conversations, and I miss half the conversation, and then I see a comment, and I'm like, what? Huh? What are we talking about? What happened? What did I miss? Huh? How about this, Zaza? I will come and live in Scotland when you find me a gorgeous Scottish husband. There you go. There's your challenge. It shouldn't be too hard, right, Zaza? Find me a hot Scottish husband, and there you go. Boom, done. Gosh, some of the hate that I got on my short here on YouTube and on Instagram for me lip syncing to that song of Where's My Husband. Gosh, some of the hate I got on there was crazy. Made me laugh, to be honest. I was like, wow, y'all are taking this way too seriously. It is hard, Zaza. It really is. It really, really is. Ian, could you hold up that gray and pink fabric close? I can't see it. Hold on. I think you're talking about this fabric right here. It's got little kitty cats. Little kitty cats. I know it's not nice of people, but, you know, people on the internet are rude sometimes. It is hard, Zaza. It is hard keeping up with the chat. I already said that, but I'm just re-emphasizing. It is hard. Crazy house is just my style. Hey, you know. Let's see here. Should be 3. Which one have I not done? Is there one that doesn't have 3? That one has 1. That one has 2. Oh, this one has 3. Let's do this one. $0.00 to not be mean, right, Jonathan? So true. Love the cats. I'm restraining buying that fabric. I know it's really hard to resist. I kind of expect people to be rude, and is sad to say. I mean, I pretty, you know, I put stuff out on the internet and kind of just expect people to be rude, and it's terrible. People shouldn't be like that, but they are. But they are. Oh, I haven't done this one. Put this one. Lily says, you're going to have to get in line for a hottie in a quilt. Oh my gosh, you're ridiculous. I appreciate that, Kathy. You're so sweet. Still trying to figure out what you're making. Donna, I am working on, it is the Fat Quarter Mixer Quilt. You can grab the pattern. It's a free pattern down in the description below. Grab that pattern, and why am I looking through here? I don't need any more of these. I need my squares. Grab that pattern. It is free, and it is a fun kind of mix-all pattern. Oh, I haven't done one of these yet, so let's do that. Because there is 2 of that fabric, and there's 2 of this one, so we'll add this one. Just ignore the rude people. I mean, I typically do. Or if their comment is just so atrocious, I delete it. Bye! But sometimes I'll leave the hate comments up and be like, whatever, haters. Whatever, haters. Will you be dressing up on your channel for Halloween this year? I don't know, Jackie. I don't know if I will. Don't know if I will. I might dress up. Maybe I'll dress up and go on to Becca's channel because she is live on Halloween. So that might be a great time for me to dress up. Because Halloween's on a Friday. Let's see. At least you don't have to date the straight... I mean, love loathingly, my community may not be much better sometimes. Let's see. It's much better to make someone smile rather than cry. Zaza could not have said that better. MS Quilter, Janet, says, I get rude comments from family due to my quilts not being perfect. I have MS and I still try to quilt, but my hands don't work very good. I even quit telling them. That is terrible. That is, I'm so sorry, Janet. That is incredibly just... ugh. It makes me sad. It really makes me sad when people just... Again, it kind of goes back to what I talked about at the very beginning. Grace and patience and... I don't understand. As Jonathan says, it costs $0 and 0 cents to just be nice. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Adam So says sometimes the hate comments get dealt with by a lovely subscriber before you can even get to them. I have had that happen. Y'all have stood up for me and in my defense, and it's sometimes funny just to sit back and watch. It's sometimes funny just to sit back and watch. There have been times I watch your comments come in as in real time, and I'm like, you know what? They got it. They got it. I'm not going to say anything. But know that I'm watching. Sometimes it does take me a hot minute to get to my comments because I don't notice stuff that is blowing up, and then I get over there and I'm like, whoa, there was a whole conversation going on. I love your quilty dance shorts. Thanks, Layla. I appreciate that. Katie says she worked she volunteered to work on Halloween night shift. What the hell was I thinking? I don't know, Katie. I'm not going to dox you by giving your profession out online, but what were you thinking? Oh, thank you so much, John. Thank you so much for subscribing. You'll be able to chat here in about 5 minutes. Can't wait to see you in the chat. Yeah, Katie, I don't know what you were thinking. I know your profession and you're crazy. Right, exactly, Zaza. She volunteered to work on a crazy night. What was she thinking? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, all right. Katie gave it out, so Katie said it on the chat, so I feel safe that I can say as well. She works for 911, so. Oh, John, thank you so much for joining the membership. Woo, woo, woo! Thank you so much. That's awesome, John. Judge Brownie says, I saw your short with Becca. Oh, I missed that comment. I'm so sorry. The chat moved too quickly for me to see it. I'm so sorry. Some people treat being mean like a sport. The only way to beat them is not to play at their game. It's more of a reflection on themselves than it is to you. Ain't that the truth, Savannah? Ain't that the truth? You have to be, wait, what? You have to be to do this as long as I am. True. I know a YouTuber that pins bad comments to the top and lets his subscribers deal with them. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like, that's kind of amazing. I kind of like that idea. Not gonna lie, I kind of like that idea. Let's do this one. Oh. Zaza was a nurse, so she knows all the craziness that goes on during Halloween, but working 911, ooh. Yikes. That's another level. That is another level. Are there any more that have 3? That has 2. That has 2, 2, 2, 2. I think we're getting down to where it looks like all of my fabrics have either 1 or 2. So I think I've gone through and put all of them into one block or another. So let's try to find, wait, is this 3? Oh, this one's 3. We're gonna grab this one. This one has 3, so we'll put that there. Yes, good point. Don't forget, you can share your work in my Facebook group. A lot of people share their work, and I see beautiful pieces on my feed almost every single day. So if you haven't joined my Facebook group, make sure to join the Facebook group. Share what you're working on, even if it's a work in progress, even if it's not finished, even if it's not perfect. We want to see what you're working on, and it's a great place to share a great community with some very uplifting people. I think we've built a really great community here, and I'm very proud of what we've done here. Pardon me. So thank you for being super awesome. Katie says, Zaza, it's a whole different experience. The only tool you have to work, only tool you have is your voice, but you want to do so much more. We are safe from fist fights and feet, though. Props to you for that. Yeah, that's true. Catherine was also a nurse as well, ICU. I got neck spinal cord injury work as a nurse. Oh my goodness. This is why I don't work in that industry. No, thank you. I can't deal with medical stuff to begin with. Like, I don't want to see blood. I don't want to see a lot of the things that you would see in an ER. So, no, thank you. No, thank you. Laura says, Ian, your community is awesome. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that so much. All right. Oop, there we go. I just did that one, so I need to do this one. Okay. Forgetting where I was. Oof. Zaza said I did orthopedic trauma. No, thank you. No, thank you. Nope. Nope. Noping out on that. Noping out on that one. Sorry, I got quiet. I'm sitting here just like perusing the fabric, figuring out what do I want to add next? Which one's going to stand out for me? Oh, this has 3. Perfect. Right there. You go right in there. Kathy says, our group likes to have fun, are a little cray-cray, and decided to care for and about others. Right, Ian? 100%. We are a bit cray-cray, but that's what makes us awesome. And we absolutely care about our community and want to lift and uplift and support our wonderful community here on YouTube and on Facebook. So I hope everybody will feel comfortable to join the Facebook group or share your work. We want to support everyone. Y'all are cray-cray. Cray-cray. Geez, Susan says the black eye was being hit with snowball that was more ice than snow. Goodness gracious. That is... I would never in a million years be like, oh yeah, a snowball gave me a black eye. What? Some of these side conversations y'all are having, I'm like, what? Oh, hey, it's 4:03. Okay, we're going to finish this blog. I just looked at the time. Where did that time go? Holy cow, it just flew by. We're going to finish this last block, and then I'm going to jump off live. I just literally looked down and was like, oh, hey, it's 4 o'clock. Whoa, where, what, huh? Yay, Jonathan! Make sure to post that in my Facebook group, Jonathan. Jonathan's going to post his screaming, because I really want to see this. I'm intrigued. He's going to post his screaming possum block in the group, right? Right? You are? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Would love to see it, and would love to see what you've been working on. If you've been working on something with me today, feel free to share it in the Facebook group. Oh, my top thread just broke. My top thread just said, nope. It noped out on me. Because it heard it was the last block, and it's like, no! We're not going to stop! I want to do more! Alright, let's pick this back up where it was. Ooh, it is not happy. Hold on, everyone. Oh, you are not happy. You are really not happy. All right. Sorry. We'll get you fixed. Hold on. Give me the gears of death. Let's get this all sorted out. I had, there it is right there. That's the problem. That is the problem. We're going to try this again now. All right, let's put the needle down. You are really not happy. I think you need a rethread is what you need. All right, let's do that. Let's give it a rethread, shall we? By the way, I'm going to push this button. I don't know if it's working. Oh, it did work. Okay, so some of you may be seeing an ad right now at the very end of the broadcast after I've said we're going to finish after, this block. But hey, what it is. It is what it is. Let's see. Susan says a 5th grader was pissed at me for taking away a toy he shouldn't have had, and so he threw a snowball. Was during COVID, so wasn't wearing my glasses. Oh goodness. I honestly am kind of glad you weren't wearing your glasses, because I feel like with the glasses on, it would have caused even more trauma. So I'm kind of glad you weren't wearing glasses. There we go. Now you're running. Now we're running better. It was not happy and just needed a rethread. Oh, you're not on Facebook. Okay, Jonathan. Jonathan is not on Facebook, so he is not going to be able to show us. But he does have an Instagram, so maybe he'll post it on his Instagram stories or something. Oh boy. All right, last one for today. Ran a few minutes over, but that's okay. I got, y'all, the conversation has just kept me so enthralled that I just didn't even look at the time. And I have 2 clocks, one on my wrist and one on the screen here, and I totally just didn't see what time it was. Oh my gosh, I can't. I can't open the seam allowance. There, okay. Finger press this really quick. Ian, can you send it to Zaza? Yeah, I can. Send it to me and I'll send it on to Zaza. All right, there we go. Here is our last block for the day. There you go. Look at that. I think this is going to make a really fun quilt. I think there's going to be a lot to look at. It's going to be very busy. It's going to be a very busy quilt. It's going to be kind of all over the place. So, but I think when you look at the whole, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, I do love y'all a lot, Banana Joe. You were right. I love y'all too much. I just sit here and spend all day with you. Which we will be spending all day together in November when we do our channel member. So that's the word I was looking for. Can't think. Anyways. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. We will continue this croissant. We'll do this quest some more. Next week, I'll try my best to get my homework done and sew all these blocks together and then lay them out and figure out what order I want them to all go in. So that way, when we come back next week, we can work on the whole top. It is going to be a big quilt, 90 by 90. So it is going to be a lot of pieces, and we'll see if I can actually piece everything together on live stream next weekend. Got one more weekend of Halloween stuff, and then this all goes away, and we return back to normal for a little bit. Kicking off the holiday season. I got to figure out what I'm going to work on during this holiday season, but we'll figure that out at a later date. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you guys next Sunday. We'll hopefully finish working on this quilt, at least getting the quilt top done. I hope everybody has a great day. Remember, guys, normal is just a setting on the dryer. I love each and every one of you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye!